Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, and today I have just arrived back home. As you can see by the Grogan jersey in the background and the bookcase, they didn't allow me to take those to Vegas with me. So, as you can tell, I am back from Vegas. It was an interesting experience. Did do some fun stuff. I was also able to get some videos out while I was there, as you saw. The Picks video wasn't my usual high quality busting on various teams with the helmets and the whole 9 yards, but we'll get back to that next week. I did do a slideshow, though, on the computer, and I actually liked how the slideshow came out. So I'd like to get some comments from people about, what you felt about the slideshow that I had, and maybe using that for some other venues, like maybe doing the college football recaps. In fact, I think I really do want to use that on the college football recaps, but we'll see. So, and I should mention, yes, I have my Vegas Knights t-shirt on, Max Pacioretty, which I really wanted to get. I did, while I was out there, I wanted to get at least one Vegas Knights shirt of some kind, shirt, jersey, whatever, what have you. And it's an interesting story. They were all too expensive for me. Like, this one was maybe $38 or $39, which I consider to be a little high for a t-shirt. But as it turns out, my wife actually won $960 playing the slot machine. So once that happened, I said, okay, maybe now I can afford to get an expensive t-shirt. So I did, like I said, had a good time in Vegas, but I am glad to be home and I'm not really glad to be going back to work tomorrow, but I am glad to be home. World Series. Houston's down 2-0. Didn't really expect that. If you saw my World Series prediction video, you saw that I thought Houston was going to win the series in 6 games, which, I mean, they still can, but that means they got to reel off 4 straight wins when they've already burned possibly their 2 best pitchers in the first 2 games of the series, Verlander and I am terrible. Names are just slipping away. The guy that they got from the Pirates. So, they can still pitch Greinke. They've still got him lying in wait, but we'll see now, because I don't know. 4 games straight against the Nationals is, and I stick by what I said. I think the Nationals were a team that struggled most of the season, and I'm surprised to see that they got all the way to the World Series. But still, to lose 4 straight games to anybody, I think is, that's a tough order. So I don't know if Houston can swing that. In fact, winning the series now might be an issue, I think, for the Astros. And just an announcement about some upcoming projects, things that are going to be happening now. Now that I'm back, I'll be getting back onto a regular schedule. Because when I was in Vegas, a couple of the videos that I released weren't even recorded in Vegas. They were pre-recorded videos that I released while I was there, so that I had videos to release while I was on vacation. But now that I'm home, I can get back to actually doing those things, playing the games, recording the games, uploading them, and getting content out the way I like to. And in that vein, a couple of things we're going to get back to. The Status Pro game that I started, I will either pick that game up where I left it off, because I have gotten some comments from people who are a lot more experienced with Status Pro that gave me some good pointers and things to bear in mind. So I will either continue that game right from where I left it off, or I'll just start another game, keeping in mind what some of the comments were from other people, and then we'll go from there. And the college football season, I'm going to pick that back up. The Syracuse college football season that I'm running them through, and I think right now, the last I remember, I think they're 6-0. I think I've played 6 games. I think that's where we are, 6 games, and Syracuse is 6-0, and Army is 5-1, and Boston College is also 5-1. So that's a very tight division there, and that's something to look forward to. And the other division's tight too, but most of those teams are below average teams, and you may even have a sub 500 team winning that other division. In which case, the college championship, or I'm not gonna call it the bowl championship series or whatever they call it, but the college football championship, in the case of my season, is probably going to be very anticlimactic. The big thing is going to be who wins that division that I have Syracuse in. So that's where we are with that. Things are going to get back on track. I have received some great suggestions from one of the channel viewers, and I will start instituting some of the suggestions he's given me, and you'll see those manifested in the games that I play, and some of the matchups, and how I run things, how I run the games, and so we'll be doing that. And I also wanted to point out I found there's a channel out there where there's a guy who plays, he's taking the and this is a great concept. I'm surprised I hadn't thought about it, or I don't think I've seen anybody else doing it. He's taken the 1981 Cincinnati Reds through a major league season the way that 1981, I believe that was one of the strike seasons. So he's taken the Reds through 1981 the way that 1981 was originally intended to be played, the straight through 162 games. And he's taken the Reds because he's a Reds fan, which is understandable. But that's a nice concept. I might try to think about doing that with 1994. But again, we go back to the fact that with baseball, it's tough because it's 162 games, and I find that I don't always finish those seasons. And so I need something that spurs me on to keep me playing the games and keep my interest up. And maybe doing something like the 1994 season the way it was originally intended to be played, or the 1981 season the way it was originally intended to be played. Maybe that would help. And I mean, he's doing the White Sox, he's doing the Reds, so I might do the White Sox of 81 or the White Sox of 94. But anyway, I wanted to put up his channel name. I'm not much for putting up links. I mean, if you go to YouTube and you type in this name, Walk Off Walk, that's the name of his channel. If you type that in, you're probably going to find it. But it's an interesting channel, and as far as I can tell, I'm the only subscriber to his channel so far. So let's show him some love and get out there and watch some of his videos, and possibly subscribe to the channel if you like the concept, which I really do. And I try to give him pointers every time I can on things that he could do better, or mistakes, and we all make mistakes. So I like to give pointers to him, and he's a younger guy too, which is also good to see. I think from what I can tell from what he said in one of his videos, he's maybe almost 40, not quite 40 yet, 39 or 40. So, so that's nice to see that there's people, you know, because somebody that's 40 is 13 years younger than I am. So it's nice to see younger people showing an interest in Stratomatic. But I guess for whatever reason he's not hooked up with, you know, all of the Strat Facebook sites. And if you're watching this video, you should do that. Get on the Strat Facebook video, or Strat Facebook baseball sites. Get your name out there. Let people know. Hey, I got this video channel, and I'm playing the 1981 Reds. I'm taking them through a season. He seems to be pretty gung ho about doing it. So, be interesting to see how that comes out. You know, and the what kind of stats we would get, and you know how all of the pennant races would have actually finished, supposedly, if the season had been played the way it originally was intended to be played. So that's just a video, just catching people up, letting you know what's going on with me, what you can expect coming down the line. You know, getting back on schedule, back from Vegas, and then we'll take it from there. And again, as always, if there's anything you want to see, leave it in the comments below. If you have a comment on the video that you want to make, whatever you want to say it below. You know, my contact, let me see, I got my contact information over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, here we go. Here's the card. So there's my contact information, my Twitter and my Instagram and my email address. If you don't want to make the comments below, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching and you still haven't subscribed. And then we will, you know, and then I'll continue to do what I'm doing and also put out, you know, other things that I think of and things that that viewers suggest. But for right now, it's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zuhlke, signing off.